Chapter 6. The Soul's Third Journey. After the third year, the soul came down to the sea and called the young fisherman. He came out of the sea and said,
"Why do you call me?"
The soul answered,
"Come nearer. I want to speak to you, because I saw marvelous things."
So he came nearer and sat in the water and listened. The soul said to him,
I went to an inn near a river in a city. I sat with sailors, and they ordered food and drink. After some time, an old man entered with a carpet and a lute. He put the carpet on the floor. When he played the lute, a girl came in and began to dance. There was a veil on her face, and she had no shoes. Her feet moved on the carpet like little white pigeons. It was really marvelous, and it is only 1 day away from here.
The young fisherman heard these words. He remembered that the little mermaid had no feet and could not dance. He thought,
"It is only 1 day away, and I can return to my love."
He laughed, stood up in the water and walked towards the beach. When he reached the beach, his soul ran towards him and entered him. Then the young fisherman saw on the sand the shadow of the body of the soul. They began their journey, and the next evening they came to a city. The young fisherman said to his soul,
"Does she dance in this city?"
His soul answered him,
Not in this city, but another. Let's enter this city anyway.
So they entered and walked in the streets. The young fisherman saw a silver cup on a stall in the street of the jewelers. His soul said to him,
Take that silver cup and hide it.
So he took the silver cup and hid it, and they went quickly out of the city. When they were far from the city, the young fisherman threw the cup away. He said to his soul,
"It was not a good thing to take the cup and hide it."
But his soul answered him,
Calm down, calm down.
On the evening of the second day, they came to a city. The young fisherman said to his soul,
"Does she dance in this city?"
His soul answered him,
Not in this city, but in another. Let's enter this city anyway.
So they entered and walked in the streets. In the street of the sellers of sandals, the young fisherman saw a child. His soul said to him,
Hit that child.
So he hit the child, and the child cried, and then they went quickly out of the city. When they were far from the city, the young fisherman became angry and said to his soul,
"It was not a good thing to hit the child."
But his soul answered him,
Calm down, calm down.
On the evening of the third day, they came to a city. The young fisherman said to his soul,
"Does she dance in this city?"
His soul answered him,
Perhaps this is the city. Let's enter.
They walked in the streets, but the young fisherman could not find the inn near the river. He wanted to leave, but his soul said to him,
Let's stay here tonight. Perhaps there are robbers outside.
So the fisherman sat down in the marketplace. After some time, a merchant came and said to him,
Why are you here? The market is closed.
The young fisherman answered him,
"I can't find an inn in this city. I have no family here, and I need a room for the night."
We are all of the same family,
said the merchant.
and one God made us. Come with me. I have a room.
The young fisherman followed the merchant to his house. The merchant gave him good food and a comfortable room. The young fisherman then went to sleep. After 3 hours, his soul woke him and said,
Go to the room of the merchant and kill him and take his gold.
The young fisherman went into the merchant's room. There was a sword near his feet and 9 purses of gold next to the bed. When he touched the sword, the merchant woke up and said,
Why do you want to kill me? I gave you good food and a room. I was kind to you.
His soul said to the young fisherman,
"Hit him."
So he hit him, and the merchant lost consciousness. He then took the 9 purses of gold and went quickly away from the city. When they were far from the city, the young fisherman said to his soul,
It was bad to hit the merchant and take his gold.
But his soul answered him,
"Calm down, calm down."
No!
cried the young fisherman.
I cannot be calm. You told me to do bad things, and I hate these things. I also hate you. Why did you do these things?
His soul answered him,
When you sent me out into the world, you did not give me a heart. So I learned to do all these things and love them.
What are you saying?
murmured the young fisherman.
You know.
Answered his soul.
You did not give me a heart. So stay calm. You will give other people all kinds of pain, and you will receive all kinds of pleasure.
The young fisherman said to his soul,
No, you are bad, and I forgot about my love, and did many bad things because of you.
His soul answered him,
You did not forget that you sent me away without a heart. Let's go to another city and enjoy life together. We have 9 purses of gold.
But the young fisherman took the 9 purses of gold and threw them on the ground.
No, I will not come with you, and I will send you away again,
said the young fisherman. He turned his back to the moon. With the little knife he tried to cut his shadow from his feet to eliminate his soul. But his soul did not leave him, and said to him,
The magic of the witch will not work. It only works once in a man's life. I will stay with you forever, and this is your punishment and your recompense.
Now the young fisherman was desperate and cried because his soul was very bad. When it was day, the young fisherman said to his soul,
I will tie my hands together. Then I cannot do what you tell me to do. I will return to the bay, because my love sings there. I will call her. I will tell her about the bad things I did, and the bad things you did to me.
When he arrived on the beach, he freed his hands and called the mermaid. But she did not come. His soul laughed at him and said,
Your love gives you little joy. Come with me to the valley of pleasure. That is better for you.
The young fisherman did not answer his soul. He built a house by the bay and lived there for a year. Every morning he called the mermaid, and every midday he called her again, and at night he spoke her name. But she never came to see him, and he did not see her anywhere. His soul always asked him to do bad things, but the young fisherman never listened to him, because the power of his love was so great. Chapter 7. Love. After another year, the soul thought,
I tempted him with bad, and his love is stronger than I am. I will now tempt him with good, and perhaps he will come with me.
So he spoke to the young fisherman and said,
I told you about the joy of the world, and you did not listen to me. Now I will tell you about the pain in the world, and maybe you will listen. Pain is the lord of this world, and nobody can escape it. Some people do not have clothes, and other people do not have food, and others are ill. Come, let's go and help these people. Why do you wait here for your love? What is love? Why do you think it is so important?
But the young fisherman did not answer. The power of his love was so great. Every morning he called the mermaid, and every midday he called her again, and at night he spoke her name. But she never came to see him, and he did not see her anywhere. After the second year, the soul said to the fisherman,
I tempted you with bad, and I tempted you with good, and your love is stronger than I am. So I will not tempt you any more. But can I please enter your heart and be with you again?"
"Of course you can enter,"
said the young fisherman.
"I am sure you suffered when you did not have a heart."
"But I can find no place to enter, because there is love all around your heart. There's no space for me,"
cried the soul.
"I am very sorry,"
said the young fisherman. Just then he heard a terrible cry of sadness from the sea.
"Oh!"
The young fisherman ran to the beach. The black waves came quickly to the beach. They carried something that was whiter than silver. There at his feet the young fisherman saw the dead body of the little mermaid. He sat down next to her, and he kissed her cold red mouth. He told the dead mermaid about his soul and all the bad things. He put her little hands around his neck, and he touched her neck with his fingers. His joy was bitter, and his pain was full of strange happiness. The black sea came nearer and nearer to them.
"Run away!"
said his soul.
"The sea is coming closer and closer. Go away! It will kill you. Run away to a safe place. But please do not send me into another world without a heart."
But the young fisherman did not listen to his soul. He said to the little mermaid,
"Love is better than wisdom, and more precious than riches, and more beautiful than the feet of the daughters of men. I called you in the morning, but you did not come. The moon heard your name, but you did not listen to me. I was bad when I abandoned you, but your love was always with me, and it was always stronger than bad and good. And now that you are dead, I will die with you also."
His soul implored him to leave, but his love was too great, and he did not listen to his soul. The sea came near and tried to cover him with its waves. When he knew that the end was near, the young fisherman kissed the cold lips of the mermaid, and his heart broke. It broke because it was so full of love. Then the soul finally entered his heart. Chapter 8. The Field of the Fullers. In the morning the priest said,
"I will go and bless the sea, because it was not calm last night."
Monks, musicians, and many other people went with him. When the priest reached the beach, he saw the young fisherman. He was dead in the water, and the body of the little mermaid was in his arms. The priest frowned and said,
"I will not bless the sea, or anything in the sea." The young fisherman abandoned God for love, and the punishment of God killed him and his love. Now take his body and the body of the mermaid, and bury them in the corner of the field of the fullers. Do not put any sign there.
The people put the dead bodies in a deep hole in the corner of the field of the fullers. They covered the hole with earth. No sweet herbs grew there. 3 years later, on a holy day, the priest went to the chapel to speak to the people about the anger of God. When he went to the altar, he saw that there were strange flowers on the altar. Their strange beauty worried him, and their perfume was sweet. He was particularly happy, and he did not understand why he was so happy. He wanted to speak to them about the anger of God, but the beauty of the white flowers worried him, and their perfume was sweet. He did not speak of the anger of God. He spoke of the love of God, and he did not know why he spoke like this. When he finished speaking, the people cried, and his eyes were full of tears. He was in a dream, and he said to his deacons,
"What are the flowers on the altar? Where do they come from?"
They answered him,
"We do not know what kind of flowers they are, but they come from the corner of the field of the fullers."
The priest trembled, and returned to his house and prayed. Early the next morning he left his house with monks, musicians, and many other people. He walked to the beach and blessed the sea, and all the wild things in it. He also blessed the fawns, and the little things that dance in the forest. He blessed all things in the world of God, and the people were full of joy. The people of the sea went to another part of the sea, and they never came back again.